now I'm recording.
Hi, Twitch. We're all recording, if you were wondering. We love you. And we're all going to sync up right now. So, in 3, 2, 1.
Dragon Sword!
Justin, where you at?
A minute
Or Tommy,
20.
I guess. Lucas?
Oh my god, I have to show you guys the cutest toy I got the other day. I'll be right back.
A minute, 10 seconds.
I'm gonna die.
Steve?
Nope.
I think I was at 2746, but I accidentally read it as 2774, so yeah. Do with that as you please.
Well, let me level my audio here, and then let's see if we are ready to go. Oh, by the way, I am reusing old assets like a terrible video game developer and using some old bumpers since we're going to be changing them anyways here soon, so,
Okay.
old music and stuff.
That works.
I was running behind today, so it was my only thing I could do.
If we need to do some new bumpers, if we have some bumpers that still are accurate but that are really low quality, that's really good. Then
Nice.
Tonight should probably be the night we re-record some of those. Like All Your Life, You've Wanted to Be a Game Reviewer. That one is really scratchy. So
Sure. Yeah, sounds
Well, yeah,
good.
and I was hoping we could get those recorded, and if we can get those done and I'm not responsible for anything next week, I might take next week off.
My
I'm
energy's
exhausted.
pretty high tonight, so I should be fine.
Good.
yeah, you can run this.
It's all you, buddy.
Let's get rolling then. Let me just level the audio, make sure that you guys can hear this. Right. Did you know that Infendo Radio is supported by viewers like you? You can go to patreon.com/Infendo Radio and throw us a few bones. That as a yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well then let's get rolling. Let me start my recording here. Ooh. Perfect. All right, here we go, Twitch. Did you know that Infendo Radio is supported by viewers like you? You can go to patreon.com/Infendo Radio and throw us a few bones.
If Mario and Luigi were to do a podcast, it might sound something like this. Infendo Radio is on now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Infendo Radio. This is episode 489. It is the 17th of August. Nope. April. It's another A month. 17th of April, and we're here. We're ready to podcast for your listening pleasure.
In the future.
Yeah, right? How the heck are you doing tonight, Justin?
It's Morphin time! Dragon Sword!
For all of you podcast-only listeners, well, I guess that's too bad. You're just going to have to watch the Twitch to see what just happened. Now that he is fully morphed, Lucas, what are you going to morph into?
I'm going to morph into a guy who's done with the show really early tonight, so we can go play some Smash Bros. Now that Joker just launched like 4 minutes ago.
It's live?
Time to
my
time to download the what do you call it? Update.
Well,
Congratulations. You just
Mr.
derailed the
Joker.
show.
Yeah, you just broke the whole show. That was your joke for the show.
Art does.
Steve, how are you doing this evening?
It's morphin time, Tiger Zord.
God, I'm
God. Lucas, I want new co-hosts.
I suddenly hate the show so much.
This show or Power Rangers?
No, this show. Power Rangers never did anything nearly this annoying on their show.
They did. They did that at least twice an episode.
Yeah. Well, if this is your first time listening to us, you're welcome. But we're going to take a little break and we're going to jump right into a nice Infend debate after this.
I always love
Hi, Twitch. We're back. It's time for our next segment.
We're poor. We need help running this amazing podcast we have here. Give us a hand over at patreon.com/Infendo Radio.
All right, before we get into our next segment, we actually have a pretty special announcement to make. So, Steve, why don't you take it away?
All right, guys. So you remember how last week we said that we were not sponsored by the Etsy shop that we did the review for? Well, now we're doing a partnership with them. Big Kid Toys over at Etsy.com has provided us a full set of Zelda amiibo cards. That is 22 of the amiibo cards in my hand now, with, I believe, Young Link from Smash Brothers coming tomorrow. So we are giving you 2 ways to enter. You can enter starting on May 1st by joining our $10 or higher Patreon level. Or you can also join by subscribing to us on Twitch. Is that right, Eugene? Because I got it backwards the other day. Or
yeah,
Lucas.
it will be a subscriber. Yeah, so now you can subscribe
Okay.
to us on 3 different tiers. One of them is free, actually, if you use your Amazon Prime, and then it basically kicks us a few bucks every month. So there you go.
And folks
Right.
who have subscribed and who are at that tier on Patreon will have 2 entries in the contest. So if you really
2
love
entries.
us, you have twice as many chances to win 23 Zelda amiibo cards.
So what we're going to do, you guys, is this contest is going to go from May 1st to June 1st. And the show in the first week of June, which I am trying desperately to get my calendar out. But the first show in the week of June is where we will be making said announcement. And that is June 5th, which, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that like the middle of E3?
Could be.
I want to say yeah. I want to say yeah.
So, yeah. So, for E3, we're going to give away 23 Zelda cards.
Yep. So feel free
So,
to subscribe early, join our
Yep.
Patreon now so you're in, and come the
Yep.
beginning of June, right? We'll make the announcement.
Yep, so the contest runs from May to June. However, if you subscribe now, starting today, well, if you're a subscriber of ours at the end of the contest period, basically, you get entered.
Yeah.
So, subscribe today.
I'm doing Fendo Radio.
Awesome. So we have
Yeah.
we have a few questions in chat. So EP Knothead is asking, when did we get the affiliate status? When could we start subbing? Well, that actually just started last week. So that's thanks to you guys. Thank you very much, all of you all in Twitch land. We appreciate that. And then what Patreon tier is it again? That's going to be the $10 tier. That's how you're going to get entered into the contest.
Or higher. So
Or higher.
$10, $20, $50.
For those of you that are already subscribed to us at like the $20 tier, you guys are good to go. You've already got an entry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Minus is also subbed to us. So, for example, he's got 2 entries. So good luck.
Exactly. So, all right. Well, that is that. We have, we're back and Justin's face is back. So I guess it's time for a good old fashioned Infend debate. I believe that this week it's going to be me and Justin fighting against Steve and Lucas. So this is going to be
Me and Justin versus
it's-
Justin and Lucas.
Yeah,
Justin's
Steve's
on
not
both
in
sides.
this.
But yeah, so Steve, why don't you tell the folks what our Infend debate is all about this week?
So this week's amazing debate, we are going to debate which controller is better, the NES controller or the N64 controller. Going for the NES controller is going to be Justin and Eugene, and going for the N64 controller, the real controller, is going to be me and Lucas.
Absolutely no bias in that opening statement. Okay.
Nope. Hey, I'm on my side. I got to start.
Gentlemen,
I misread this. I thought we were debating NES versus Super NES. I didn't realize we were making the quantum leap to...
no, we're debating the 2 most comfortable controller designs ever submitted to a Nintendo console. So, in
Well,
the
that is-
intro,
Yeah, you
Definitely
got the
up-
box and you got the trident.
That is
It-
definitely up for debate, and I think I'm on the wrong team, but I will do my best.
in the interest of starting with the older system, would you guys like to make your opening remarks first?
Oh, sure. And that's a very fitting background, Justin.
That was the idea.
Let's think about this. This is an easy question, guys. There's no question as to how that the NES controller, which started it all pretty much, like, there you had your Atari joysticks and everything like that, but it wasn't until the D-pad came along when video games really hit their stride. So that's all you need. You have your D-pad, your start, your select, your A, your B, and you're all set. You can play all the games you need to play. You don't need that fancy Joy-Con. I don't even have 3 hands. I don't know why there's 3 prongs. So, in my opinion, debate over. Let's go home.
Do I follow up, or do one of you guys retort first?
Be my guest.
I mean, I definitely have to second the D-pad. I mean, the NES controller D-pad is the original and still the best. I mean, it's the D-pad that every D-pad today is still compared to. In fact, I just ordered off of eBay an original Japanese Famicom controller, and I'm going to take it apart and put the guts from one of my NES Classic Edition controllers inside it so I can have a Famicom style controller, because they're just that good. They got everything you need. You got up, down, left, and right. You've got B and A. You got select and start. I mean, why overcomplicate things? It's the controller that Nintendo looked at when they made possibly the most revolutionary controller of recent times, the Wii controller. They said, all right, all these extra joysticks and buttons and shoulder buttons and C buttons and directional buttons, all that's just too complicated. You put a D-pad, 2 buttons, and a start and select in somebody's hands, they know exactly what to do with it. And
plus, if you wanted to get fancy with it, there was the NES Advantage that had the joystick anyways, so you can play with that thing. So, like, come on, NES, that's where it's at, guys. Like, you have the zapper. Come on. Like, need I say more?
The zapper is not part of this argument. Don't even go there.
Yeah, don't.
It
don't
is
water
an
down
NES
our
controller.
Gentlemen, may I make our team's opening remarks?
Oh, please. Please do.
You're sitting in your room on a cold, rainy day, and you're holding your controller in your hand. Only what's this? Your skin is irritated, and there's jabbing force going into your palms.
Oh,
Why
I'm already ready for this one.
Because you're holding a crappy old piece of garbage plastic rectangle that juts into your hands and causes all kinds of pain and discomfort.
No, you don't get to rebut yet.
No, after we're done with our opening remarks, my friend. Also, the D-pad, nature's most useless feature on modern controllers. Why, you ask? Because when the N64 controller came along and gave us the stick, we all realized, why the hell haven't we just been using sticks? This is so much better than a crappy D-pad. Also, shoulder buttons. Who needs them? Just pretty much everybody who wants to play any video game ever. Also, why are there only 2 buttons on the NES controller? Could it be because it sucks? Yeah, that's probably it. Steve, what have you got?
The N64 controller is a design that is so amazing. You can hold it and have your little control pad, and you got your buttons. You can hold it and you've got a control pad and a joystick. You can hold it so you've got a joystick and 4 buttons. 3 different ways to hold a controller. How many controllers can you say that about? Not very many. That in itself makes that controller. And there's more to it. Go ahead, Lucas.
While we're on the subject of 3s, what else has 3s? There are 3 colors in the American flag. If you don't like an N64 controller, does that make you anti-American? I'm not saying it does, but it might. Steve, continue, please.
There are also 3 parts of the Triforce. Those people that think there's 4 are fucking stupid because there's a hole in the center of it. There are only 3
Zelda isn't one of the greatest games of all time? If you're using an NES controller, I think you might be, because the NES controller only has 2 buttons. Kind of like how the very first Zelda game only had 2 Triforces. That was...
Those of you listening to the audio-only version of this podcast are missing Eugene's head ready to explode over in the corner.
Uh-huh.
Making my notes in Audacity. Is it rebuttal time? Because I am ready.
Right, let's open the floor, gentlemen.
Okay, well, okay. I gotta get one rebuttal in real quick here. Lucas,
Yeah.
not all NES controllers will hurt your hand.
No, just all the ones that suck.
You've got
but
this
we're not
beautiful dog bone controller that is nice and smooth and curved and angled and
But
and
again,
just
you're
like
watering
blood.
down your argument. We're talking about the NES controller. We're not
is
talking
the
about an
NES
aftermarket.
It's not aftermarket. This is a Nintendo-made controller.
Yeah,
This
it came with
that
the
they
top
made
loader.
when they realized that the controller they started with sucked.
They never
right,
remade
all right,
the
all right.
N64 controller.
All right,
Yes,
here we
nobody
go.
wanted
We're
another
talking
one
about
like it.
threes and triforces and everything like that. Let me tell you something. You are crazy because I also can think of another way that you can hold the controller for the N64. It was in GoldenEye where you had to plug in two controllers, one for a joystick and one for the looking stick, and you were playing the one game with two controllers like a madman, and then they realized that you needed two joysticks. That's why the GameCube controller is superior. And
You know what
Also-
doesn't have
also,
two
Star
joysticks, though,
Wars-
Eugene? The NES controller.
well, it doesn't need joysticks because there was no 3D games.
Yeah, you know what joysticks suck for? Platformers. Steve, would you honestly rather use an all-direction analog joystick to play Shovel Knight or Shantae?
As a matter of fact, I did last night.
Let me
On
ask you.
stream.
Would you rather play Skyrim or Breath of the Wild with a stick or with 4 directional inputs? Because I've done both.
I did play Breath of the Wild with 4 inputs. It was called the original Legend of Zelda.
Oh, I'm sorry. The one everybody clamors for because it's so good.
So let's end this debate right now.
Please.
The reason why the Nintendo 64 controller is the second-class controller compared to... Oh, we just got a subscriber on Twitch. Thank you, the Brianosaurus. We appreciate your
Nice.
subscription. Thank you
Thanks,
very
buddy.
much.
We're sorry, this is the one that made you decide.
But anyways...
Ow, it hurts.
Before I was interrupted very generously by our subscriber of new, I was about to say that the Nintendo 64 controller was great for the time, I guess, but think about this. Imagine playing Nintendo 64 games with a GameCube controller. Everything would be better. Everything about it would be better. It would be just more comfortable. You have your joystick. Like, that's the superior controller with
Everything would be
buttons like that.
slightly more comfortable, but it would be just as functional on an N64 controller, man.
In fact, just about every N64 controller released after Nintendo's original only had 2 stems because, nobody knew how to hold the thing. Do I hold it this way? Do I hold it this way? Do I hold... You know how many people sit
The
there?
answer is yes. You hold it however you want.
The magical controller that can be whatever you want it to be.
So I
Also-
had
You
a
know-
friend that held the controller like this. So pretend I'm holding a Nintendo 64 controller, and then they held their thumb way like this to use the joystick. Like I was like, "What are you doing?"
If we're gonna lie about things, I had a friend who held his NES controller like a remote and tried to waggle it at the TV. You know what happened? He died when he strangled himself on the cord.
He got promoted and created the Nintendo Wii, which is
Eugene, there are oddities.
system of all time
The
except
Nintendo
I might
Wii,
have
the
forgotten.
system that gave us such wonderful games as carnival games.
And
Eugene,
Bloom
there-
blocks.
Oh,
There
yeah.
are oddities in every
'Cause
species,
there's-
Eugene. It's
I was
okay.
gonna say, there's no trash on the N64. Of course, 64.
Oh yeah, no, it's not like the NES is just covered in garbage games that people remember so horribly. That's
we-
why
DuckTales,
everybody's
too.
that's why everybody's so excited for all the free NES games they can get on their Nintendo Switch. I mean, people are just nose right up. So
Well,
the
the N64 controller was so bad they only made a couple hundred games for the system. They made like 1,000 for the NES.
well, they only made a couple hundred because they knew they had enough because it was a really great system and people enjoyed playing it. And they could play their games for more than a couple hours without throwing their computer through the
Man.
screen.
It's a spin doctor over
Ju-
here, man.
Justin, Justin, you can't debate with Crazy, and I'm happy Crazy's on my team.
I think you rigged
No
this.
time.
All right. I think we've found ourselves to the end of this Infend debate. But why don't you guys let us know who won? You can tweet at us.
Again.
Okay, yeah, good idea. I want to do the same. Tweet at us and let us know who you thought was the winner. So
the hashtag Infend debate.
Oh, somebody spell that because I ain't about to try.
INFENDEBATE.
Come on,
Solid.
Vogue, everybody.
All right, before we vogue ourselves out of existence, we are going to take a little break and be right back.
Justin already has.
Hi, Twitch. Oh gosh, we still have the Infend debate timer going. That we didn't finish that or we didn't go.
That's fine.
It's square. It doesn't have a stick. It's only got 2 buttons. The start button is rubber, so it gets all knotted in your.
All right,
nails.
let's move on here.
Here's the music. Here we go.
All your life you wanted to be a game reviewer. You know it's true. Now's your chance. Email us at tips@infendo.com and you can be a game reviewer too.
All right, welcome back to Infendo Radio, and we are going to play everybody's favorite game. Sarcasm just oozing off of that statement.
Well, I like this game because I think I'm ahead for the year. Wait, actually, Steve, what is our official total for the year?
Yeah, and are we? Is it game by game, or are you only keeping track of the games themselves?
I am keeping track of the master, like it's just a full thing of games. So every game counts as a point, and I will have the updated total to you next week.
Okay.
Also, why was everybody's favorite game in sarcasm quotes? This is literally like every listener's favorite game.
Yeah.
Because it's not always mine.
They got so mad at us when we switched it to 2 nights a week.
That sounds like a you problem, Justin.
Well,
All
since
right.
you are hosting Nintendo, so that's always the fun part for me, anyway. So.
Yeah. All right. So let's get this started here. Make sure I have. Yep. Okay. And yeah. All right. I have all my Patreon ones in here. I might have forgotten to throw in my own, but I'll deal with that when I come to it. Our first round comes from the Brianosaurus, and here we wait. Let me make sure my audio is set correctly. Sorry.
The suspense
And
is killing
here
me.
we wait. All right, and here we
Giza.
Donkey Kong Land 2, or Land 3?
no. And those are your 3 chances. Steve is out.
Crypt of the Necro Dancer?
No.
It is not.
What if it was and you felt really stupid?
It.
It's not. This is a Game Boy game.
Well, there's your first hint. This is a Game Boy game.
I recognize that sound font, Lucas.
I'm going to make the question that I always make when Game Boy games come up. Is this either Pac-Man or Super Mario Land? Because those are the 2 games I own.
Does Pac-Man have music?
Yes.
Other than the low Was it that?
Yeah, I think so. Am I right?
That is not. Can anybody else hear the music?
Yes. Yeah. And yeah.
Okay, then no, it's not that.
Okay, well, let's get another track now that we're.
Is this a licensed game?
No, it is not.
Got it. So it's not Grim.
All right, so we've gotten a few questions, a few hints in. So let's change the music. How's the volume, by the way?
Did they
Was
do
there
a
a-
Castlevania?
I was just going to ask, was there a Castlevania on the game?
Well, I mean, there are Castlevania games on the Game Boy. This is not one of them.
Is this a Konami game?
To Wikipedia, the source of all knowledge and truth.
No, it is not.
Okay. Is
this-
So you... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, is this a game that, like, the everyman would have heard of? Or is this one of those, like, when I was a boy, I had this one game I found at a flea market?
Both, actually.
Oh, God.
Is this Chase HQ?
No.
Good, because that
This
would not...
particular game, all gamers of our age have heard of. This particular version, you probably would have found in a flea market.
All gamers of your age or our age?
Our age.
Right, I'm going to take your word on it, but I don't believe...
There's a big gap there, buddy. Like
Is
10
this
years.
original Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance? Like, what are we talking?
Game Boy Color, and it is a port of a PlayStation game.
Oh my god.
Tetris?
Is it like
No.
Gex?
Resident
Not
Evil?
Gex. By the way, this is new music.
This isn't Resident Evil, is it?
No, this is not Resident Evil.
Thought he was celebrating.
I know, right?
Well, it's kind of
You do that
happy
little-
music
you
for
do that little
zombies are
dance.
eating my face. So, you know.
Very horror to me. You do that little dance every time we get a wrong answer.
I know.
Only
right?
when it is just ridiculously wrong.
Could we
Okay.
get a recap of our clues? So we know it's a Game Boy game. We know that it's not licensed.
It's a port of a
Not
PlayStation
licensed.
game. It's a very popular series, but the game itself is not very well known.
Well, this version of the game probably would not have been as popular as the PlayStation version.
Which is
Right.
fairly well known as a game.
Yes,
It
Is
is.
this Crash Team Racing?
it is not.
Is this a
Now I'm
is this
just throwing
a
stuff out
character platformer? So is it like
No.
a Gex? It's not a character platformer. Okay.
No.
Really enjoying the soundtrack.
I can't think of a.
I will give you another hint. Steve was barking up the right tree when
Metal
he...
Gear Solid?
I don't know where my music went. He was barking up the right tree when he asked if it was a racing game. It's not a racing game per se, but
It's a racist game. Cut the last name.
it does involve driving.
It involves driving.
I am
Did
so
they-
not getting this.
I know.
Hang
like,
on,
what
hang
is
on.
this?
Hang on. Is the franchise PlayStation exclusive, aside from the Game Boy game?
No. This particular
Okay.
game, well, this game was, I guess, all right, this is the last track of music we have. This particular game was PlayStation, Windows, Game Boy Color, Macintosh, and iOS, which obviously will come out a lot later. So as far as home consoles go, PlayStation exclusive.
Does this
Not quite what
franchise
I
still
meant, though.
exist
Is-
today?
Does it?
Not as such, no.
Off-road?
I'm not.
I
there's
gave you
no
guys
way
a
I'm gonna get
huge.
this.
I gave you guys a huge hint earlier, and nobody caught it. So you got
You
about
said-
1 minute left of music, and then I'm calling it.
I think I know what the hint was, but I don't want to repeat it lest these two.
Well, then why don't
knuckleheads
you?
get it?
Then why don't you guess what the hint?
But I can't get. I can't. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it. Was the hint that when you said barking up the right tree? Was it like a dog type of thing? No. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
then I
nope.
don't know what that freaking hint
Nope.
was.
Nope. Way off base.
Was it when you said, I'm calling it?
No.
Okay, then none of us
We
have-
can't even get the hint, you guys. We're not gonna get the game.
All right. Well, with 20 seconds left of music in the game, are we giving up?
I'm out.
Yeah.
Got nothing.
The game is Driver.
What is okay? So your age. What is Driver?
I know what
It was
driver
a
is.
place. It is a PlayStation game that would have been your childhood.
Definitely not. I can guarantee you that was not my childhood.
That game is like a that's like a not even a triple A game. That game was like a quadruple A game when it came out. So it's like
Yeah, and it came out in 1999. Were you born after like 95?
You can use all the statistics you want for this. I've never heard of this game or series before. So
They had like 3 or 4 games though, like all the way up to
I've-
PlayStation 2.
I've
Okay,
heard
well,
of the series, but I would have never got it. So,
Never.
yeah.
never.
I'll be honest. If it weren't for the clues, probably nobody would have gotten it because nobody played the game on Game Boy Color except for Brianosaurus. So
nobody did get it, right? I mean,
Nobody
did
got
you
it.
No.
guess it? No.
All right, give me just a second because I forgot to set my timer. So to prevent getting static, I'm gonna swap my audio around real quick right now. set my timer. And
look at me multitask, Eugene. I'm on call, I'm eating, and I'm playing Nintendo's. I am a man of many skills.
Boy, those are some crunchy fries.
I'm sorry.
I know, like that. Every time you crunch one, I'm like, man.
And I don't know whether that's a good thing or not. I mean,
I even turned my gain down, so it shouldn't be picking it up.
Yeah, no, it's man.
So our next Patreon request.
Wait, was the first one Patreon too?
Yes, Brachiosaurus.
Oh man. Okay.
And you guys didn't get it, so good job. So I'm going to say our next Patreon request actually ruined possibly a game that I had chosen. So I might have to change one of the options I had.
Way to go, unnamed patron number 2.
He's not unnamed. He is named Malik Emrys.
Way to go, Malik Emrys. You've ruined Nintendo's for the rest of us.
All right. So here we go with Malik's request.
Oh, Malik.
Turok.
Oh, that's a good guess.
I've never played Turok, but this is what I imagine it sounds like.
I've never played Turok either, but the sound isn't coming from it, so wrong.
You do the
Is
little
this Nintendo
dance.
64? Yeah, give us a dance. Give us the wrong dance. Yeah.
Yes, this game was released on Nintendo 64.
Okay. It's not all bad then.
Except for the music. The music's not
controller.
great.
You're fired. Quake?
Oh, I kind of know it is not Quake, and I'm going to change the music, A, because it's repetitive, and B, I want to know what this one sounds like.
Doom?
It is not Doom.
This sounds really familiar, to be honest with you. I can't put a finger on it.
Well,
I find
I guess your next hint is if anybody gets this one, it's probably going to be you, Eugene.
I find it amazing that when Justin hosts, not only are the songs Justin picks songs that I would have never heard, but the patrons pick music that like when you guys are hosting, the patrons pick regular music. When Justin hosts, the patrons pick music that's so obscure that like.
Why does this sound familiar? Like it's just like ominous music.
Fuck, what's the name of that game?
I had a lot of N64 games.
Oh.
There's apparently a second version of this music. Let's see what that sounds like.
Was Perfect Dark an N64 or a GameCube game?
It was an N64 game.
Is this it?
It is not it.
Yes.
Well, he would have been answering the question. He didn't have to answer the other one. So.
Yeah, fortunately,
No,
I don't
Eugene,
have to count down.
No Metroid.
So.
I know what this is. Can I get another track?
I guess.
I don't think this was a game I ever owned.
Oh my god.
This isn't Killer Instinct. No, that was SNES.
Oh! I know what it's Mortal Kombat. It's the Sub-Zero one. I can't remember the subtitle though.
MK Mythologies Sub-Zero.
Yes, that is it. Eugene gets the point for that, though.
Yeah. Even though I got the
Lucas,
title,
you said
Eugene
Killer
definitely
Instinct
gets
in
that
that,
point.
and I was like, no, it's Mortal Kombat.
It sounded like a Killer Instinct song.
God damn it, Lucas! You had to give him the point.
Now, see, I was not a big Mortal Kombat person, but I did own Killer Instinct on the SNES, and I played a good amount
I
of
love
that.
that game.
Killer Instinct, dude, it's solid, man. In my opinion, the better version or the better game.
Mortal Kombat
Gory.
and Killer Instinct were definitely more my jam than like a Street Fighter for sure.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Mortal Kombat Mythologies was not a regular Mortal Kombat game. It was like a weird adventure game. I liked it though.
And apparently it was better on the PlayStation, and I'm pretty sure that's where all that music was from. But, you know, it was the only version of the soundtrack I could find, so I did the best I could. So, are we ready for lightning round number 1?
Oh, yeah, we're doing that. Okay.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Oh boy.
Are we ready?
Boy.
One more time. That was to distract Steve.
GoldenEye!
I said 007, but he actually said GoldenEye.
That was me. That was all me.
Yeah.
I heard Eugene clearly say GoldenEye, but I also heard Steve like kind of in the background there mumbling GoldenEye.
I'll give it to Steve. I think I saw his mouth move before mine because I was like, yeah. First. So
I can split this point or
no, I don't even want it. I don't want your dirty point, Steve.
Thank you.
All right, I guess Steve gets the first lightning round.
I hate that game, by the way. I have so many bad memories of that game.
It's definitely gone through a heavy nostalgia filter.
All right, so we're going to do another Patreon because I'm not sure if I have enough of my own music to do a whole Nintendo tunes. So,
good thing there was a lot of Patreon suggestions.
Well, there were some. But this one comes to us from Schnazzy One.
Oh boy. Oh. This game is...
It's a game I've never played, so just going by the music.
That narrows it down.
Is this...
I've heard of it, though.
I think I know what this game is, but I don't think it's on Nintendo systems.
Eugene, you don't know the game.
I think I do.
You don't.
Did this game come out on the Switch?
This game did come out on the Switch.
Katamari Damacy?
Is it Donut County?
It is Donut County.
Oh, I didn't know that game came out on the Switch. I played it on my phone.
What is Donut County?
I know.
It's kind of like the anti-Katamari Damacy, as a matter of fact. Instead of making a ball bigger by collecting it, you make a hole bigger by dropping stuff into it. And I've never played it, but I was aware of it, so... And now I'm aware of some of the music from it.
It's pretty cool. I've played it on... If you have iOS, you can play it there. I don't think it's on Android, but it's fun.
All right, we only have one more Patreon request, so I'm going to throw in one of mine. And here I'll do this one.
Oh, that faded fast.
Oh, there it is. It's just like building up.
Do we have any questions?
Can you make it a lot louder? That's a lot.
How's that?
It was good.
How about system?
System is, well, as far as Nintendo is concerned, system is Switch.
It actually sounds like Runbow or Bit Trip Runner, but I don't think it is.
It is neither of those.
How about another track?
And after this, I gotta run and grab my computer charger because I'm down to 14%.
Living dangerously. You said this was Switch?
It's a Switch.
Bridge Constructor Portal?
Nope.
How about... What's the genre here?
The genre is racing.
This Fast RMX?
This is not Fast RMX.
Horizon Chase Turbo?
This is Horizon Chase Turbo.
Oh.
You know you're Justin.
Nice.
Point for Lucas.
Pause for Justin.
Yes, pause for Justin while he keeps his computer from dying on him.
Fair
give
enough.
me a couple minutes.
Real quick, Justin, too, check if your original audio is still on Zoom because it was getting kind of underwatery there on that song.
Yeah, it must have. You know what? It must have shut off when I switched audio inputs. I'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, because you can tell the original audio is on now, so it should be good for the next track.
Yeah, you're loud and clear now.
All right. Just switch my audio here.
Also, Eugene, I've been muting to stifle the crunching because you're not stopping me from eating dinner.
We're gonna start doing a radio at a time when Steve doesn't have dinner.
But the last thing I want during this segment is...
Yeah, no, muting is a good choice.
Okay, I will be right back.
Sounds good. That's why I love Voice Meter, because you can just hit mute right there, you know? I have it on my other screen. I do it all the time.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Did he switch his audio again? Is he going to have to do his original audio?
We'll check.
Check again, because I think he switched the
switch
again, and yeah.
I kind of like in the stream chat that we can see who our subscribers are because they've got stars next to
They got the
their
crown,
names.
yeah. It's cool.
That's so cool.
No, we know who to pay attention to and who to ignore.
Oh, wait. You're right. Star is follower, crown is subscriber.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. I just figured that out. I'm a smart one.
Mine's just got both.
What are you having, Eugene?
Just some popcorn. Oh, we're focusing on you, Minus.
It's all about Minus.
I can give you guys a little story while we wait for Justin.
Oh,
yeah,
please.
we like stories.
So I took a break. I usually don't do this, but I went out to actually get some soup from Walgreens for lunch. And the guy who was checking me out was like, "Oh, do you have a rewards card?" And I was like, "No, I lied. We used my mom's, but I just didn't want to put it in." He's like, "Well, put in your phone number and check." So I forgot my mom's phone number, so I was putting in my own number. And the guy did this sneaky crap thing, and he hit the confirm button, and he signed me up for a new rewards card. And he was like, "Oh yeah, no, you've got one right here." I was like, "You,
motherfucker!
How freaking dare you? How many old people do you do this to that don't even know it?"
Right?
Talk about padding your numbers. You get fired for that shit again.
Yeah, no, I know. I know exactly who he is. He works at the Walgreens down the street from me, and his name is Eric with a K.
All right, Eric with a K.
Eric with a K, if you're listening, fuck you.
If I cared, I would have gone and been like, "Hey, just so you know, your employee's doing some real shady crap." But I was just like, I just want to go home and eat my soup. So,
Hey, Eric with a K, for penance for screwing over Mr. Lucas here, we're going to need you to subscribe on twitch.tv/Infendo Radio, and we're going to need you to subscribe at patreon.com.
How much more money grubbing can we get on this show, Steve?
And if you are the Eric with a K who works with me, don't take any of this personally. We're not talking about you.
Yeah, but screw you too, bud.
All
if
right.
your name is Eric with a C, you're cool.
You're my old college roommate. And how you been, man? We haven't really talked in a few years. Hope you're doing well.
All right, Justin, so before we go into the next one, just check your original audio and check your audio inputs, all that stuff.
I did it. We're good.
Cool. Hooray! Right, whenever you're ready.
All right. Well, we've done Patreon suggestion. We've done one of mine, so you know what time it is.
Lightning.
Oh, yeah.
Are we ready?
Ready.
Mario Odyssey.
Oh, damn it!
Okay, from my perspective,
Okay, so
we said at the exact same time, but I sometimes get lags. So.
Well, I know that Eugene didn't get it.
Yeah, nope, I wasn't even there.
From your perspective, did you do that simultaneously, or were you ahead of me?
For all intents and purposes, yes, it was simultaneous.
Then I
Steve
say
might
we-
have been a fraction of a second
I say
before,
we-
but
I say we
Point apiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything to
Justin,
push
your vote doesn't count.
farther down.
you know,
We all know the stacks.
Also-
The decks are stacked against him in this game.
The stacks are decked against Eugene.
That's what I always say.
Okay, so I guess this ties everybody.
Nice.
Oh.
Eugene,
You have
I
a
bet.
tiebreaker?
Yeah, Eugene, I bet you're regretting giving Steve your point earlier.
Well, a little bit.
No, it keeps it interesting. We're all good. Just shut up and let me have my point, okay?
We don't care about winning.
No, only this much. This much.
All right, we got one more Patreon suggestion to get to, so let's get to that.
How many more tracks do we have?
I don't know until I run out of music or run out of patience or run out of time.
That's a little anticlimactic because right now we're at a 3-way tie. So,
well, this is the last Patreon request, so I don't know. I've got at least one more game that I want to play, so we'll do one Patreon, we'll do one of mine, and
then we'll see where we are.
And then a lightning round, and then maybe another lightning round if we're tied at the end of that.
Lord, okay.
Oh boy.
We're just gonna play this shit by ear. It's all okay. It's all good.
Yeah, well, basically yes. All right, here we go.
Oh, is this
No.
Why?
Is this Crystal Chronicles?
This is not Crystal Chronicles, and I should mention that
it does have the same instrumentation.
Bastion. Is it Bastion?
it is not Bastion, and
Is it
I don't
Transistor?
know if this is it. No, shut up. This person paid to have his name mentioned. He deserves to get it. This one comes from Phantom.
Get in Phantom Smash.
Final Fantasy IX.
Is this Onigiri?
It is not Final Fantasy IX or whatever Lucas said.
Steve, you just shut down like emotionally.
I was gonna be so mad at you. We were gonna have words after the show.
I think I know this game. Can I have another track?
You certainly can.
Is this a Switch game?
This is a Switch game.
Yes. Phantom almost always does Switch games.
Unless it's like
and they're
old
usually
RPG.
RPGs he's
Also,
been
guys,
playing.
listen to this music.
Yeah,
I
Is this
know.
an
music.
RPG?
Let me double check. I believe it has RPG elements, but I don't know if it's a straight up RPG.
Oh, this reminds me of Zora's Domain from Twilight Princess.
Right?
That harp in the background.
I kind of hear that. It is, yes, it is an action RPG.
Do I know a Phantom or do I know a Phantom?
He just talks about so many RPGs.
Why do I know
Well, that's
this
why I
is not a
specified
game?
action RPG.
Lucas,
but-
we were just talking to him the other night.
I
He
know.
probably told us about it. I don't remember what he's been playing.
Is this a
Anodyne?
recent Switch
Is it
game?
Anodyne?
It has been released in the past year.
No, this wouldn't be Anodyne. That was a game yeah, that was a game Minus reviewed.
How about another? Oh, there we go. I was just gonna ask.
I was
What
already
the
on
heck?
it.
This isn't Trine, is it?
It is not trying. Try harder.
I'm trying.
So it's an action
And I-
RPG. Is it an indie game?
It is an indie game.
Lucas, if you get this because of what I'm about to ask you, well, you get the point. Is this that fucking free RPG that we were talking about the other night?
That's
What was the name of that
Onigiri.
game?
That's Onigiri.
Okay.
That's why I
And-
thought you were so mad that I said it.
And I know that this is not a free game, so
Okay.
Is it Switch exclusive?
That's a good hint.
it is not. It has also been released for Windows, Mac OS, Linux, PS4, and Xbox One.
It's like everything.
Oh, is this Darksiders?
This is not Darksiders.
Oh,
Ah, I got so excited.
who's the developer?
You just can't hide it. Developer is Digital Sun.
That doesn't help me.
Nah.
It's got great music. Okay,
It does.
this is-
I'm enjoying
this
it.
Yeah.
is different.
Yep, completely different game. I'm throwing you off. No.
Right?
I want this game just because of the soundtrack.
You probably
I
want this
swear
game
I've
anyway.
I'm
played
mad
this
at you.
stupid game before. I'm about ready to give up though.
I got
I'm
nothing.
so frustrated
guys.
right now.
Well,
Alright,
I'm
so-
looking for a white flag.
Is it a... Is it a port?
No, it is an original indie game that has come out on all modern systems.
I'm out.
Again.
I've lost
Eugene,
my
it's
indie
down
card,
to you.
gentlemen.
I think I played this game because this music sounds familiar, but I
believe this
can't
is
put a
the
finger on
title
it.
theme. So
Why do I
Well,
want to say?
I know I
wanna
have
say
definitely
Stardew
not
Valley,
played it.
but it's not Stardew Valley.
Doesn't sound like anything to me.
Yeah, I give up.
Yep.
the game is Moonlighter.
Oh, damn it! Yep.
And
He
although I've never
did
played this,
mention that
I
during our
am
last game.
aware of the premise. You basically play as a shopkeeper who at night goes into caves and collects items that you then bring to your shop and sell the next day.
Moonlighter did not look like it was going to have this kind of music.
Lucas, we're
It's
terrible
on
friends.
sale right now, by the
We're
way.
not terrible friends. He just plays a lot of RPGs.
How much is it, Justin?
I'm not
Do you know?
sure off the top of my head.
That's okay, I'll
it is
look it up
more
later.
or less a full price game, but it's on sale for like 33% off right now, or at least it was last I checked. Also, I forgot to mention, if you like the Horizon Chase Turbo soundtrack that I was playing earlier, we may be having something in the future that you want to listen to. So keep an ear out for that future episode.
Cryptic.
All right, so I got one more from me, and then we'll see where we are. So nobody got that one. We are still tied. And here we go.
Oh, I've played this, Gunman Clive. Is it not? Gunman Clive 2?
There it is.
Oh.
God almighty, Lucas.
I reviewed
I'm
this
even-
for Infendo, I think, or I reviewed it for Nintendo Fever.
I didn't realize that this particular track was going to start with a very familiar.
I don't even know what a Gunman Clive is.
Oh,
It's
you
just-
have to get the
Oh,
get
wow,
it for the
we were about
3DS.
we were about to say a very different thing. I was about to say it's kind of a crappy little platformer.
Oh, it is a great game. I loved both of these games, and I really want to try Mechtermination Force, which is his new game, which is what inspired me to put this on here.
The takeaway from this is if you like kind of old style games, you'll probably enjoy it, and if you find old style games kind of basic, you'll probably think it's kind of basic.
Do you
It's
two
very-
ever agree
it's-
on anything?
It is kind of a slower paced like Contra / Mega Man style.
It's fine. It's just boring to me. You know.
It's cheap though, so like the cost, the opportunity cost is very low. So even if you don't enjoy it, you didn't spend a whole lot of money.
I have to
if you
see
do,
if-
it's like the best. It's on sale right now on the Switch, and also it's stereoscopic 3D compatible on the 3DS.
Yes.
I have to see if I reviewed this for Infendo now. So let's do the next game, and I'll check that out.
All right. Well, then we don't really need
we have
to
any other
do
games?
a
I
next
think-
game.
Yeah, I think you just won.
I mean,
I?
I mean, we can do one more lightning round if we want, but currently the score is Lucas 3, Stephen Eugene 2.
Yay! I won.
Yeah, I'm kind of good with that.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want Lucas to get the lightning round question also and like really blow us out of the water. So let's just call it right here.
That's fair. So that's Nintendo Tunes. Lucas 1. You exchange your money. I mean, I'm pretty sure the over/under on that was pretty low. So
And apparently, I gave Gunman Clive a 6.5 out of 10 on Nintendo Fever a long ass time ago. If you'd like to read that review on Nintendo Fever, our sister website, somebody who's actually reading the chat will be posting that for you momentarily.
On it.
Very nice. All right, well, we'll take a little break and we're going to be right back with the question block.
Shoot, I don't have a picture of a question block.
Oh, you better hurry. We're about to start the music, friend. Here. Oh, god damn it. I forgot to make an Audacity note again.
Uh-huh.
Break. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Question block.
Ask the Infendo hosts a question. Any question. There are no limits. Just go to patreon.com/Infendo Radio, and at the $3 level, ask us anything.
And we're back. It is question block time. We have some questions from our lovely patrons. 2 patrons, in fact, have given us 5 questions, and I like it. I'm liking the theme tonight. We have a nice Would You Rather theme, so we're going to start with -64's first question and ask, would you rather live in the Dark World or Bowser's Castle for the rest of your life? Justin, answer the question now.
I don't have my background ready yet, but I'm gonna have to go with the Dark World because I think all that lava would just be unbearable.
Yeah, this is a real softball. The Lost World has beautiful geography. There's stuff to do. There's towns. Bowser's Castle is just a castle filled with freaking lava.
If I had to live in the Dark World, would I be a bunny or could I be myself?
No, you'd be a little ball.
Well, yeah, it depends on whether you have the moon pearl or not.
And what's in your heart, Eugene?
Dark World has better music, so yeah.
That too. Well, I mean, it depends on which version of Bowser's Castle. So
I can't think of any version of Bowser's Castle that has better music than the Dark World.
This actually raises a good question, though. In video game world, like when you go into a video game world, are you just stuck listening to that music on loop, or like just like living in the real world and like there's no background music because reality?
You don't walk around with me, do you? I always have a soundtrack going on.
I was gonna say like background music's my life, man.
I custom tailor my background music to my situation. But what I'm saying is, music isn't magically playing from the sky. If it was, I think most people in most video games would have gone crazy years ago.
I think in Captain N there was like an episode about that, the music playing in the background or something like that.
I mean, I spent 3 years working full-time at Disney World. There's background music playing from the sky there, so...
Right. All right, well, I'm going to answer the question and we'll move on to the next. It's obviously the Dark World. Obviously the Dark World. Moving on to the next -64 question. Would you rather live in the Wind Waker world or Twilight Princess world for the rest of your life?
Also easy.
Yes, definitely. Wind Waker. It's so bright and colorful and cute and fun.
Okay, so
oceans are all cartoony and poofy.
So in the Wind Waker world, you get to be a freaking pirate. In the Twilight Princess world, it's full of ugly farmers with horrible faces and horrible clothing.
The kids are horrifying.
The children are horrifying. Everything's depressing. The monsters are scary.
The Okos or whatever those things are
God,
called.
I forgot about those things.
Steve just looks like he's just ready to rip into this. Okay, Mr. Twilight Princess, tell us why we're wrong.
So let me tell you a little bit about Twilight Princess. You get Midna as a partner. You get the double claw shots. You get the spinner.
Okay, to be fair,
but I just lost it.
To be fair, Link gets all that. But do you?
Yeah, if you're just Joe Schmo and
it's technology that's available in the world. Everybody has access to it in this hypothetical situation.
What you get for living in living in Twilight Princess world is you get turned into a ghost and you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, that's your fate. You are not the hero of whatever the heck it is in that game.
I'm still going Twilight Princess. Screw all y'all.
All right, well, you got your wrong choice.
All right, you have fun living in monochrome.
Basically depression the world, but
Have you I already have lately?
Yeah, I already have
Trump as a president.
God. Okay, we're moving on to another question from -64. Would you rather go on a date with Ingo or the lake professor from Ocarina of Time? Remind me who Ingo is. Is he one of the
Ingo's the dude he's the dude who stole Lon Lon Ranch
Okay,
from...
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ingo, and I'm basing this purely on dental hygiene.
Oh,
because
wait, hold
neither
on.
one of
Before you go on, the last part of
Okay.
the question is what would you talk about? Because that's
Oh, okay,
important.
easy. So yeah, definitely Ingo because the lake professor has like 4 teeth and they're all protruding out of his skull. Admittedly, the lake professor is probably nicer than Ingo, but I'm kind of a style over substance person apparently when I'm choosing which gay video game character I want to spend a romantic evening with.
I do
Um,
like a good mustache.
oh yeah, he's got that mustache that goes a long way in my book.
There's so many inappropriate comments I could make about that, but I,
I think
I'm a
Hey,
man of
Justin, we're
science.
going on a date with a dude.
That doesn't mean
Hey,
we need
now.
to get explicit in the descriptions. I am a man of science, so I'd probably love to hear what the research guy has been researching. So
See, I would like to sit down with Ingo, and I'd like to be like, so tell me, why do you feel the need to steal the castle, the ranch from these hardworking ranch folk? Why do you like Ganondorf so much? What went wrong in your childhood that made you turn into this guy? And how can we work to make you a better person? Because that's what a
I
relationship
mean,
is. It's making
I
you
mean,
better than you were when you were alone. So, Ingo, how can I fix you?
okay, to be fair, we're assuming he means Ocarina of Time Ingo. He could mean Oracle of Seasons Ingo, who basically just lives alone and collects pots.
All right, yeah, I
No,
like a good jar.
he actually says from the lake professor from Ocarina of Time. Oh yeah, you're right, but he doesn't say Ingo. Although you could read it as Ingo or the lake professor from
From
Ocarina of
You
Time.
could, but you don't have to.
To our patrons, this is why we need commas every once in a while. It helps us out.
So I'm gonna butt in here, and I'm gonna say the lake professor is the right choice, and let me tell you why. It's not his teeth. It's not because he's smart. It's because what's underneath that lab coat, man. He's got that nice hairy chest.
All right,
we're
and our next
we're going to the
question.
beach, and we're just gonna talk about that. Next question from the Brianosaurus.
Put a lot more effort into that than we did.
So the Brianosaurus asks, would you rather have the paraglider from Breath of the Wild or King of Red Lions? I'm guessing he's meaning the boat from Wind Waker.
They're both
Correct.
so useless. Which one would I want more?
I mean, I do live around a lot of lakes, and I do love sailing.
Yeah,
So-
see, I was thinking kind of the same thing. I do not live around any lakes, so I guess I live around a lot of mountains, so the paraglider
I
is the
think-
obvious choice.
I think my geography speaks for itself. I live in Florida, so I have a lot of water.
Swamps.
I
You
don't-
can't really sail on swamps.
Now we have a lot of oceans and lakes and whatnot, but what we don't have any of are hills. So I couldn't really find a place to paraglide from.
I
Florida
mean,
is
you are
very-
on the coast, so you do have a lot of wind. You could
Yeah,
catch a
I would probably pick the King of Red Lions. Although I think I'd rather have the Wind Waker than either of those, if we're being honest.
Ooh.
Like I'd rather be a
That is not
God-
an option. We cannot change the rules.
Well, apparently I can because I'm choosing the Wind Waker.
So, as much fun as it would be to jump off a mountain here in Utah and just glide down to whatever, I'm gonna have to go with the King of Red Lions. I do have a lake 20 minutes from here, and you can actually have a conversation with him.
Well, I was
You
gonna
can't
ask
talk
that.
to a sail.
I was going to ask that though. Is this the King of Red Lions during Wind Waker or after Wind Waker? Because after Wind Waker, it's just a boat.
I
But
don't
during-
care. I like sailing. I've sailed for years as a child and teenager. That's my decision. I'm going
Also-
with King of Red Lions.
Do we get the swift sail with it, or do we have to use the regular?
I don't care. I know how to jibe and tack and
Port
all that
and
stuff.
You don't need to do.
Bow
You don't need to do any of that with the King of Red Lions. You turn left, and the sail goes boop.
If you don't
But
have
even
the
if
swift
you
sail,
don't have
just
the-
read a book.
Yeah, even if you don't have the swift sail, if the King of Red Lions is sentient, then he can tell me how to rig because I've forgotten how to do a lot of that stuff. It's been a
Or
while.
sentient.
All right, we're moving on to the Brianosaurus's final question and our final question for this segment. Would you rather be stuck for the rest of your life as a Deku Scrub Link, Goron Link, or a Zora Link? This is an easy
So
question.
freaking easy, man.
Yeah, easy.
You guys were throwing softballs down. I spent my whole game childhood pretending I was a Zora. I love the water. I would pick Zora any day of the week, dude.
And he's got a guitar. Like, come on, guys.
That's just like an upgrade. The other two are like, would you be able to handle being a Deku Scrub or a Goron? The Zora, it's like, do you want to be an awesome fish dude who can play music?
Okay,
Who
first
shoots
of all,
boomerangs
Deku
from its
Scrub.
elbows.
Nobody would go with Deku Scrub because it's in the name. He's a scrub. Second of all, I was going to go with Zora Link, but then I remembered Goron Link can do that thing where he rolls into a spiked ball and just does 100 miles an hour, and that just seems like it'd be far more handy than swimming water fast.
Those nipples.
I seem to have missed that part of the game, but all right, we'll go with nipples.
Gene and I are really having a chest fixation tonight. So.
Yes, Steve is currently looking down at his.
Why am I here? Why?
You can tell us if you want to be a Deku, a Goron, or a Zora, buddy. Which is it?
It's a Zora, of course, but my god, what is with you guys and nipples and chest hair tonight?
I mean, look at Deku's. They don't even have nipples. Their chests are horrible. So, like, you know.
They're wood.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. They're flat and wooden. Like, you know. You want a good chest, you become a Zora, man. Those things are...
Jesus Christ.
There's a your mom joke in here somewhere, but I just can't get a word in edgewise, so I'm just gonna...
And you know who else really likes chests? Link. He opens like 50 of them in every game, so...
Well
but
played.
not the one that matters most.
Oh, God. We are going to move out of this segment. We're going to be right back with Chain to the System right after this.
If
Twitch, I don't know what just happened, but you're gonna have to listen to the outtakes this month. I'm telling you.
You guys are, oh my God, Justin, if that doesn't open the outtakes, although I don't know if it can, because then the rest of it'll just be like vanilla.
Oh, I'm gonna have some serious editing to do.
That might have to be a closer, and you need to make sure you get the 10 minutes of us laughing.
Yes, that is why we were late coming back.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a meltdown completely.
It was
literally beautiful. In my case, I had to change the candle I was burning.
Oh my God, Lucas!
All right,
I
well
hate
we're gonna
you. This is like
jump
another
back
week
into
of sore.
Right. Well, we're gonna jump back into the show. We're gonna hit change of the system, and here we go. Fuck! I forgot to put a note that we went on break again. God damn it! Hold on.
That's also
Eugene, you might want to censor that out.
All right,
Eugene puts on his like happy host hat, and then all of a sudden it's just like motherfucker.
Okay, here we go. Change the system, fucking right now.
You've heard the amazing produce show we have. You've never seen the stuff that we actually do when we record. You can do that every Wednesday night at twitch.tv/Infendo Radio.
All right, we are back, and it is time for Change the System. I think that, I don't know what I think. I haven't been playing a lot of stuff lately, but all I can think about is this damn Smash update right now, and I just want to play that new character.
I gotta download the update so I'm ready tonight.
So let me start with Smash, actually. That's pretty much been the main game my last couple of weeks. I've been playing that, a little bit of Dark Souls on my spare time on my magic character that I'm trying to finish the game with. But other than that, it's been Smash Bros, man. Like, that's kind of been my jam. And now that Joker is out tonight, I'm hoping to get, some good playtime in with that and, kind of learn the ins and outs of him. Honestly, though, I don't really have anything else to add to this discussion aside from Pokemon Go is kind of still a thing. I got my shiny Bagon or what's that dinosaur thing name with the
Bag End?
Okay, yeah, I got my shiny this weekend for the event, so that was all I cared about, and yeah, I was excited. So I'm going to toss my time off to somebody else, and yeah, who wants to talk next? What have you guys been playing this week?
I can go. I've been playing a lot of things, but I haven't really been playing anything like, for substance. I've been playing more because Joker's coming out and I need something to keep me busy. I played some Persona 5. I'm replaying the game now on New Game Plus. There's not really much to talk about there, so we won't. I'm also playing Anarchy Reigns, which is the sequel to Mad World on the PS3. That's a good
play that. I've had that for so long and have not actually booted it up.
It's a good game. I was surprised because Mad World has its own flavor to it. Mm-hmm. And Anarchy Reigns is a very different game with a very different flavor, but the core... It's like playing two Zelda games. Like you play Wind Waker and then you play Twilight Princess. It's like they're very clearly two different games. They're telling two different stories in two different styles, but they still feel connected.
I wouldn't even say Anarchy Reigns is a sequel to Mad World. It's more of a spin-off or within the same universe or whatever, because it doesn't really have a story, does it?
It's kind of like, no, Anarchy Reigns does have a story, and it has much more of a story than Mad World, which is what surprised me.
Yeah, Mad World surprised me that it even had a story. So
right?
In Anarchy Reigns, we learned some stuff about our boy Jack pretty early on that's really got me hooked. So no, that's part of what surprised me with that game. I'm really enjoying it. Also, the soundtrack game? Yes, it is.
Okay,
it's a damn good one, my friend. So I would recommend Anarchy Reigns to anybody who wants a good beat 'em up, kind of a casual beat 'em up game. The character design is pretty good. It makes for some fun fights. And there is an online mode that you can play if you're that kind of person, which I'm not. I've been playing a lot of Smash Bros. I don't have anything to do in Smash Bros. Because I 100% in it last time, but I'm still playing it because I need to play games. And the only other game I've really been playing that's worth mentioning is I started Animal Crossing again. So I booted up my Animal Crossing town.
Which Animal Crossing?
New Leaf, the only one that
Okay.
matters.
You're not wrong.
So I booted up my Animal Crossing town and I walked in, and the name of the town was, I can't even remember now. It was something based off a video game town. Oh, it was Evan, based off of the island from Breath of the Wild, which also means Twilight. So I walk up to Anka, who's my favorite villager, who's the like only amiibo card I have, and she's like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in 12 months," and I'm like, "Neat! It's been a year since I played this game." So I walked around town for a little bit. I realized I hadn't done anything meaningful. I completely deleted my town and I started over fresh. So that's where I am right now. I'm looking forward to playing it again. I'm a little nervous that Animal Crossing for the Switch will derail that, but I have a feeling Animal Crossing for the Switch won't be coming out until Christmas. So I'm not really that concerned. I'm expecting December personally. But yeah, I think we're pretty far off from it. So
I hope it's this year, but like it's getting me nervous that we haven't heard like anything about it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't. I hope it's not that late in the year because I've played Animal Crossing. It's not as much fun in the winter. So, like, if you really want to get people hooked, you'll get them hooked in the nice weather time of the year. So,
yeah, I don't know about that. I actually have a lot of fun during the winter because there's all the events to do and stuff. There's some holidays that come out. I mean, summer for me is kind of boring, but I don't know. Well, anyway, but for those of you who don't know, I restart my Animal Crossing towns like religiously, and I have ever since 2013 when I first got the game. So I've had tons of towns. I've had Kopai. I've had, I think, one Green Hill. I had the Eventide, and my new one is Yongen, which is named after the city where you live in Persona 5, Yongen Jaya. So I'm hoping to kind of give it a little bit of that like back alley Japanese vibe, but we'll see what happens. I really enjoy my Animal Crossing playthroughs, so should be fun. That's kind of all I've been doing.
Nice. I've been kind of getting that Animal Crossing itch myself, but I won't go back because if I go back and then I think that'll satisfy my itch because New Leaf is just so damn good.
See, I think that whatever they bring on the Switch is going to kind of, up the game. So I'm not that worried about it. I've been needing a little, like a world to retreat into every now and then, and Animal Crossing fills that void nicely. So it's kind of become my new steady game when I don't really have anything else going on, or I wake up too early for work and I have nothing to do.
Sure. Fair enough. Well, Justin, what have you been doing when you've been waking up early for work? Have you been playing games or you been just drinking coffee?
First of all, I don't wake up early for work because I just started a new job that I have to be at noon, and I already have another job that I get off of at midnight. So I basically go home, wind down, sleep, wake up, go to work. So
Fair.
Gaming is not a big part of my life lately, but currently I'm spending my gaming time trying to download the update for Smash Brothers and having it repeatedly fail on me. So, I'm sure
apparently the shop crashed a little while ago. They were talking about that in the Infendo Discord too. So
yeah, so I'm sure I can thank Joker for that, a character that I don't even really care about. But anyway, so I've been kind of bouncing around playing things here and there, kind of like Lucas said, like just not really committing to anything. I did get some more time in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Because I feel like I've been neglecting that game and I've enjoyed my time with it and really wanted to, I really want to beat a Pokemon game someday. So, and if I'm going to beat any of them, it's going to be this one. So I started getting back into that one. Just finished the SSN. Actually remembered to go to every section of the SSN before it sailed away, because when I was playing Yellow on my 3DS, I forgot that the ship sails after you help the captain.
Mm-hmm.
So I left to probably bring my Pokemon to the Poke Center, and it sailed away. I'm like, no, I'm not done yet. So I just did that. Played a little bit more of the Power Rangers fighting game. Steve, I don't know when they said Alpha 5 was supposed to come out, but he's not in it
Alpha
yet.
5?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know. I had seen an article on it, but I think it was just future content.
Yeah, maybe it's one of the Battle Pass characters. Speaking of Battle
Well, yeah,
Pass,
they said that actually, so it'll probably be like Joker. We'll get it in 2 months.
right? Speaking of Battle Pass, I'm debating what I'm going to do about Mortal Kombat 11 because I want it, but I don't $100 want it. So,
So on that one, I'm gonna pre-order it from Best Buy, so I still get Shao Kahn as the bonus. But I'm not going to actually pick up my pre-order until I hear the reviews. If the reviews say it's like Mortal Kombat 9, I'm buying the $100 version. If the reviews say it's like Mortal Kombat 10, I'm canceling my pre-order.
Yeah, see, I haven't played enough of Mortal Kombat 10 to decide whether I like it more or less than 9, but I loved 9. The only problem is I have nobody. Yeah, I have nobody to play this game with, so it's really going to be, it's really just going to be me playing against the computer, and do I really need to spend $100 on that? I want all the characters that come out, but basically what I'm telling myself now is wait a year or even wait Christmas time, and they will have Mortal Kombat 11 XL or whatever the hell the Mortal Kombat 11 complete
that
edition,
is true.
which will have Shao Kahn and all the DLC characters and costumes and stages, and then I don't have to, and it'll be $40 instead of 60 or 100.
That'll be one of the first times we've gotten a Game of the Year edition on Switch. I mean, I know we've got like all these remasters and stuff that have all the content, but this will be the first time that we've gotten a game that comes out at full price that is then going to be remade as a Game of the Year
presumably,
and that's kind of cool. Oh, it'll be done. They've done it with everyone before this. So.
Yeah, and it all depends on how good it is, because for those of you who don't know, Mortal Kombat 11 is being handled by another developer who's porting it instead of NetherRealm just making it natively.
It is cool that we're getting the game day and date, though. I wish that there was some kind of because here's my problem. I have an Xbox One and the Switch, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I don't know which console I want to get it on. So I kind of wish that there was a version. I would even pay like $100 to get a version on both the Switch and the Xbox One. Like even if they were both digital.
Yeah, if that was an option, I would have no problem doing that, especially if it was. The DLC was cross-platform. But as much as I really want, the graphics from the Xbox One, the graphics on the Switch look good enough, and I like the idea of taking my Switch to work with me, handing somebody a controller, and say, "Let's play Mortal Kombat."
Right.
Everything is better on Switch.
Yeah. It's just true. It really is. Even like I have Rocket League on my Xbox One. I wouldn't even think about picking it up on that console anymore.
Right. I mean, especially since you can't transfer your save from one to the other.
Your DLC and your progression and everything.
Speaking of which, I played a few minutes of Minecraft on the Xbox One now that it is Game Pass. So. I've visited Bamful Stamp and stole some armor from those treasure chests you got there, and I don't know if I'm going to do anything else in it, but it looks like Minecraft. I haven't noticed a significant difference in graphics, but I also don't.
The only thing you're going to notice is the frame. The only thing you'll notice is the frame rate will be a smooth 60 instead of a variable 60.
Yeah, I've been playing some more of Arkham Knight on the Xbox One. I really want to kind of get far enough in that game that I don't have anything spoiled for me. Again, I still have my guesses as to, what the big reveal is going to be. My favorite, I mean, this might go into spoiler territory, but I think the best part of Arkham Knight is Mark Hamill. I think this is one of his best deliveries yet, especially considering the circumstances under which he and his character appear. I think is just brilliant.
I love Mark Hamill in anything, but his rendition of the Joker is just like so freaking on point.
It's the only Joker I accept.
Oh yeah,
Like,
when I read the comics, I hear Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. So like there's uh there's no substitute. Um, and the other big game I've been playing this week is Star Wars Battlefront 2. Not the EA published Star Wars Battlefront 2 with all the loot boxes and microtransactions. The original Star Wars Battlefront 2 that came out on the original Xbox because it was available for free thanks to Games with Gold. And
I downloaded that too. Haven't played it yet though.
it's so sad that they didn't like reopen servers or whatever for Xbox games through Gold, because that game is still as good as I remember it. It's still probably my all-time favorite Star Wars game. That is the game that I thought Fortnite was going to be. Like when Fortnite came out, I'm like, oh, what, 100 people or whatever in one battlefield, it's gonna be great. I died and that's it. Like, I'm used to, you die and you go back to your chosen spawn point and then you're running around shooting again. So getting a taste of that is really good. So if you've got an Xbox One or I don't know if it's Xbox 360 offers it as well, but if you've got an Xbox Live Gold account, I highly recommend picking up Star Wars Battlefront 2, playing a little bit of it. It is good old fashioned well, not really multiplayer because you can't play online anymore, but it is good old fashioned massive shooter fun. And that's about it. I'm still trying to download the update for Smash Brothers, so hopefully I'll get to play that. Oh, and just one more thing. I did get Labo VR. I have not opened the box yet. So when I get around to building some part of that, I will give you guys my impressions. I actually have all of the Labo kits now, but I haven't opened any of them.
My lord.
Who has time to put all that cardboard together?
Justin likes his Nintendo-themed boxes.
Yeah.
Well, and Target had all kits 1, 2, and 3 on sale for like $20 a couple of weeks ago. So I mean, for
clearing
the price,
out the shelves.
Yeah, for the price of one of them, you got all 3 of them. I couldn't pass that up.
Sure. Cool. Well, Steve, I think you're it. So, have you been putting cardboard boxes together this week?
I have, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to start with the first game I played this last week and work my way up to the most recent.
Okay.
So, evidently sometime last week, I played Monster Hunter, probably with Holly, if I had to guess, because she's been hitting me up a little bit here and there to play Monster Hunter with her. I did do a few hunts with her, just some low-level stuff, nothing to write home about. The next thing I did this week was Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. I rolled credits on that game. I got to the post-game dungeon and got to the final boss in the first post-game dungeon, and he whooped my ass. So I realized that I just don't care enough about the rewards in the post-game to actually finish the post-game content. So I'm happy to say that I've completed Chocobo Mystery Dungeon as far as I'm going to. That game does have some replayability in the future. It'll be a fun one to revisit at some point. But as far as keeping you interested after you roll credits, it doesn't really have much to it. So it's got about as much post-game as Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That being said, I really enjoyed the game. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it a 4.5 out of 5. Next thing I did, 3 days ago evidently, was Nintendo Labo. I, the one who said would never buy a Nintendo-themed cardboard box, the second the Zelda VR thing was announced, pre-ordered the damn box. So I am the
I didn't even
not
pre-order
so proud
it. I
owner.
have to pick one up at GameStop. So.
Yeah, I'm the not so proud owner of a Nintendo Labo VR. I just got the starter kit because all I care about is the headset. The blaster is still sitting in the box in its original form behind my chair.
Apparently, the blaster
I
games
was
are
pleasantly surprised.
really fun.
Okay, so I might have to give it a chance. I was pleasantly surprised. Like, it is a very low quality unit. The only other VR experience I have is, PlayStation VR, and that's a fairly good experience.
Mm-hmm.
But considering this thing is a piece of cardboard and a piece of plastic that you hold up to your head, it does a really good job. So I'm really looking forward to replaying the beginning. I'll probably play the Great Plateau, in VR just to see what it's like, because supposedly you can play the whole game.
I have to ask this though. So like I was getting to this, and this is the only reason why I haven't purchased one of these things yet. I do want to try the VR, but I don't want to hold the thing up to my head the whole time. Is there like a strap add-on or anything like that?
I got your back. I got your back. So I saw this video on Twitter that I tagged all you guys in.
Oh dear God!
And what it is this guy takes a long sleeve T-shirt. He takes a long sleeve T-shirt. He puts it out on the table so the sleeves are out like this, and he folds it up in such a way that it's like the shirt is the length. It's like a bandana, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he puts the Labo VR on it. He puts his face on the table, and you tie it up like a Ninja Turtle.
Oh my God!
It is the cheapest head strap you will come across.
So I want to get
belt.
I want to get something like this, but I want to wait
will be trying
until,
that out.
I want to wait until like a third party comes out with like
somebody's gonna come up with something.
Yeah, like a plastic thing I can just put my Switch in.
Do you not have a craft store by your house? Just go buy a piece of fabric and just literally tie it onto the side of the Labo VR. You'll be fine.
No, but then I don't even want that cardboard touching my face. I want like a nice, soft experience touching my face. I'm used to my VR and my Oculus.
I believe the goggles part of it that touches your face is soft, isn't it, Steve? Isn't there like a cushiony?
No, it's a hard plastic, but you don't even really notice it. I just know that mine gets greasy as hell because I'm Italian and we've got very oily skin.
I'll try your solution maybe one time, Steve. But if somebody comes out with a solution that's that's somewhat affordable, like $20 for like a nice little plastic unit, I'll buy it.
Well, yeah, give Etsy a week. They'll 3D print something. It'll be fine. Hell, give Minus a week. He can probably 3D print something. Minus.
He literally just told me that in the chat. He said, "Use your Snapmaker."
Yeah, Minus. If you print it, I will pay you for the supplies, and I will pay you to ship it to me. Hit me up. The next game I played was a little bit of Hyrule Warriors. Nothing to report. I got a few items that I needed. That was it. Me and Lucas and Phantom played some Rocket League. Nothing to report there. It was just a casual. How long did we play? Like 3-4 hours that night?
It was a couple hours.
Was it that long?
I don't know. All I remember is the pain of losing like 8-0.
Yikes! Is Phantom still the goalie? Is this still a thing?
Oh, he hit Rocketeer, which is the highest thing you can get.
Also, a very good movie.
So,
shoot.
Yeah. But last night I actually started the Shovel Knight stream that I promised over at twitch.tv/Gentis. I started playing Shovel Knight. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I found out that if you're playing with the amiibo, I don't think you can activate the amiibo and butt mode at the same time. And since the listeners voted on me playing with the amiibo, I went ahead and just nicknamed my amiibo Butt Butt. So my amiibo is called Butt Butt, but the Butt Butt mode doesn't work. So yeah, I basically got to the point where I can, I think, go to the armory on the next sitting. Like just in one sitting, I beat basically that first third of the game. And I forgot how much fun that is. I forgot that the amiibo campaign has power-ups that are only available to the amiibo. Like there's a fist that you get in the game that lets you punch through blocks and let you kind of stay suspended in the air. There's a variation on that you can unlock with the amiibo that's a projectile. It's called the Ghost Fist, and it just shoots a fist forward. You've got a power-up that you get from the airship level that everybody hates that lets you kind of fly through the air. There's a variation on that that's amiibo exclusive that lets you fly through the air until you hit something. You can literally fly across an entire level if you don't hit anything.
I don't think I got that.
Yeah, there's customization. There's visual customizations that you can do. So like right now, there's a shadow that runs behind me, and my Shovel Knight has a fish head.
I want
So
that.
there are.
Oh, I was
Go ahead.
gonna say I've been wanting to go back to play all of that stuff, but I just need to dig out my 3DS because I haven't played like any of the DLC packs at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, it's fun. And then there was one more thing I was gonna say about the amiibo, and now I don't remember what it was. So, but anyway, really, really enjoying it. And then last night I started Final Fantasy X HD on the Switch. So, I forgot how much I enjoyed that game.
Nice.
So,
I
yeah, so I've been playing quite a bit.
I was gonna say you've been playing. This sounds like more games than all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Oh,
fair
wait,
enough.
there's a new level you can get in Rocket League, evidently, called Demigod that you get at level 1,000.
All right, Phantom, get working.
Oh God, level 1,000.
He says he'll never make it that far.
I doubt.
Phantom,
Nope,
you're
that's a
only
challenge.
like 400 hours out. You'll be fine. It'll be okay. You got
Yeah.
this.
Right.
If Steve can do
If
it,
I can 100% Hyrule Warriors,
Yeah.
no, if I can 100% Hyrule Warriors, you can hit Rocket Demigod.
We believe in you, Phantom. You can do
Mm-hmm.
it. All right.
Just so
Well,
everybody
we
knows,
have made it to the end of the show, and we are going to get out of here. It is time. But before we do that, we're going to tell you people where you can find us when we're not talking about video games. So, myself, you can find me at Infendo Eugene on Twitter. Make sure that you're also following at Infendo on Twitter for everything Infendo related. And go to Infendo.com. You can join our Discord from there, become a patron, join our Twitch, become a subscriber, all that fun stuff. Justin, where can the people find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Infendo Justin. You can find my Disney-related tweets at Utilidork. And there's a utilidork.com. I've done nothing with it in months, but it still exists.
It's there. It's got some logos.
Yeah, I've been cannibalizing those logos for the past few days. And in case anybody is wondering, I purchased my Shovel Knight Amiibo 3-pack on January 15th, 2018, and hopefully should be getting it by the end of this month.
Well, it's a long order wait there, but I guess it'll be worth it. Lucas, what are you waiting on? What kind of things can the people find you looking for in your Amazon queue?
I don't even know how to segue
Neither do
off.
I, so you take it away.
You can find me on my website, chromaticu.com. You can find me on Twitter at chromaticu, although I don't check it very often. And you can watch my live streams at twitch.tv/chromatic_hue if you're into that kind of thing. So go check me out.
Awesome. Steve, where are the people checking you out these days?
Twitch.tv/Gentis. I know I've been plugging that a lot lately, but I have actually been doing some streams.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow me on Twitter at Gentis1, and I think that's it right now.
Awesome. Cool. Good deal. Good deal. Little reminder from the top of the show, if you didn't catch it, we're having a little giveaway this month. So you can become go to our Twitch, become a subscriber, because we are now affiliate status because of you beautiful people. So thank you for that. That will enter you in to win this beautiful pack of Amiibo cards. How many cards are there, Steve?
I've got 22 in my hand. Number 23 should be arriving tomorrow.
That's amazing. It's a lot of Amiibo cards. It's a really good little set there, so that's great.
Yeah, I think it's $280 worth of Amiibo if you were to buy the figures,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a $55 or $45 set, one of the two.
Right. So you can, throw us a subscription on Twitch for as little as an Amazon sub, or I believe $4.99 is the lowest tier that you can do. Otherwise, you can also shoot us a Patreon subscription. If you subscribe to us at the $10 tier, we'll enter you into the contest as well. You can do both and get 2 entries. So, feel free if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
All right, kids, we're going to get out of here. Thank you again for joining us. If you joined us on Twitch, we love ya. If you listen to us on the podcast exclusively, we love you too. there's some of you that we don't love, but we're not going to tell you which ones. We're going to let you decide that for yourselves. Everybody else, you have a great night. Mwah.
Bye-bye.
Good
Peace.
night.
I love your enthusiastic good night.
It always sounds so underwhelming right after bye-bye.
Yeah, I have
Good night.
It was like half yawn. Well, let's drop out of Twitch so we can get our meeting stuff going. Goodbye, Twitch. Thanks for watching us. We love you. Again.
Yeah, because my
Don't
energy's
stop
going.
recording.
Yeah, do not stop recording. Do not.